should have looked at my hair. Oh well.
It looks good.
Thank ya.
Eric's hair, on the other hand, it's a travesty. It is. I don't care.
I don't care.
Well.
So we gonna do the thing, or we?
What up, everybody? Welcome.
Stop. Waiting for the child to be quiet.
Okay.
Oh, that's never gonna happen.
Yeah. What up, everybody? Welcome to the BRB podcast. What are you doing?
The water bowl's still on. Do you want me to turn it off?
Yeah. We're going to turn the water bowl off because we're not in the kitchen.
Totally. We're on a professional soundstage.
Yes.
And my name's Eric.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jam.
And we're BRB.
We are.
Anyways, what's up, everybody?
I mean,
I don't know.
no.
You guys were like chatting a lot at the
I
beginning.
know.
You like, went through all your
Completely,
stories.
we did.
We kind of blew through everything, so now.
I have a bit of a topic, though.
Good. Let's do it.
I am super excited about doing open mic stand-up comedy again.
So, for those of you that listen to our podcast, you see that Jam is stealing Sammie's thunder.
Yes, he
Am I
is.
stealing your thunder?
Mm-hmm.
It's more of like a duo thing.
You don't
like
have to look at the camera. You can just look at us.
I know, but I like letting them know that I'm just thinking about them. But no, like, I don't know. It's good to go in because you know with that thing we did with Chalet where he had a partner in crime kind of thing, you know, and I think it's good to go with somebody and kind of get into that world, and I think that'll be fun.
Yeah, that person that we went down to Key West, that was cool.
That was cool.
Yeah. No, stand-up comedy is not my thing.
Oh, hell no. I don't even like doing this that much.
Yeah.
Well,
There's no way.
Well, this isn't like an actual live audience, but
Thank God.
it's. I mean, you might have to do it one day.
Yeah.
But no, that's just a different beast, and sometimes I just don't know. It's like you actually have to be able to adjust. Like, I think you can have, like, a bunch of jokes, like, written out, but sometimes things just aren't going, so you need to be able to, like, kind of really work on the fly. And I think that's the part of stand-up that, like, really takes the art to master.
Yeah, and that's the part that I'm no good at, you know.
There's only one way to learn, though.
Yeah, and that's just repetition.
Yeah.
So, but when because I've done it before, and it was about 2-3 years ago that I did it, and I wrote all these lovely jokes about my butt. All of them were about my butt. And I don't know why, but like, I got up there and like I could tell that the crowd just wasn't feeling it. They were like, "Yo, dude, like
A little bit too much about your asshole.
yeah, let's not hear about your butt." But like I didn't know what to do because I had nothing else, and so I was just like, "Nah, motherfuckers, like I got you for 4 more minutes, and you're gonna hear all about my butt. So let's just go." And like it became almost like this like BDSM, like I was torturing the crowd, regaling them with these tales of my butthole. And
Did you get booed?
No, because
Well, that's good.
yeah, well, the open mic night joint that we went to, it was all other people that wanted to go up, or people that like
an amateur night.
yeah.
Okay.
So like they were all just kind of waiting patiently for their turn to go up. So yeah, thankfully I didn't get booed, but they did play that song to like get me off of the stage. It almost felt like what's that show, the Apollo show or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, Night of the Apollo, and they're pulling you off with a shepherd hook.
Speaking of amateur night,
Oh, God.
why haven't you been to a strip club?
God.
All right.
Well, you were deployed, right?
I was deployed.
Isn't that what everyone does in many of you when they're deployed? Like, they go to the titty bars the minute that they get off the fucking boat.
But
No.
like I've never Eric, who has also been on a deployment. No.
Oh.
Wink. But no, like I've never been to a titty bar because I'm not into it. It's saddening to me.
But how do you know you're not into it if you've never been to a titty bar?
Because I'm not into the concept of it.
Are you not into titties?
No, I'm totally into titties. Totally
I
into
mean,
titties.
they got butts there.
And they do have butts.
So I think.
And you like butts.
I think it's about the social confrontation of it. So I can watch weird porn. You know, I can watch that stuff where like the chick's this obviously not like her first choice, right?
Yeah.
I can watch that because I'm removed from it. Like I don't have to interact with this person, and you know,
don't have to look them in the eyes.
I don't have to look them in their soulless dead eyes and be like, "I'm working through college." No, you're not, sweetie. No.
Some of them could be.
Okay, I went to a private high school that was Christian based, without giving too much away about myself. A girl, my junior year, a girl was a year older than me. Her dad had lost his job and they couldn't afford her tuition anymore. Guess how she paid for it?
Oh my God.
She became a stripper. She was 17. That is illegal in the state I am from.
Dang.
I mean,
That's how she paid to go to the Jesus school.
Oh Lord. I mean,
I'm trying to pay my way through Jesus school.
She really did, though.
Was she popular?
Actually, well, yeah, because she was 17.
Yeah.
She was very, very pretty. She had a great body. I totally get why I think honestly, her tuition was only like $8,000 at that year. I think she probably made the money the first month and kept doing it because, wow.
Did anyone at the school try to go?
Yeah. Oh, that's how everyone found out. My friend's boyfriend, actually, him and his friends went to the strip club because someone had turned 18. And guess who was working that night? Man. It was I don't know if you've been to it, the seedy one in Port Huron.
I mean, they're all seedy.
Yeah, they are, but it's the one that's like right next to the bridge. There's a real seedy one that hires minors.
You know,
and I think they got busted for it like 2 years later.
I have too many strip club stories. It's an interesting place. I remember, so the first time I ever had actually go to one, it wasn't my choice. Not like I was like, no, stop. I was 19, young, impressionable, very like
Canada?
innocent. No,
Wasn't.
I turned 19 and a bunch of the guys on the floor I lived in at Michigan State were like, we're gonna like kidnap you, throw you in the car, and take you to a strip club. And again, it was like, no, stop, I don't want to go.
No, I don't want to go see titties.
So
no.
I didn't know what was happening. Next thing you know, I'm at a strip club, and they tell them it's my birthday.
Oh God.
And like I get pulled up on stage.
Oh no! It's like the Applebee's from hell. Like they're singing their own version of Happy Birthday.
And I got like the lineup, and like they all came by one to wish me happy birthday, and it was hilarious. And like there was like some cute ones. There was some like, oh no, you don't have to. You don't have to do that. And then like I remember though, like one of them, like she like put my face, and I was like, why is it furry feeling?
What did you go in like the middle of the week? Like it was like the Tuesday C squad.
Oh,
so then the last one comes up, right? And like this was like a MILF, right? She had a good body. You could tell she had some age on her face, but she was still pretty. But she was like the ringer of the strip club.
This is about a bitch.
And so she's like, oh no, sweetheart, I ain't gonna give you that little like bullshit that they all gave you. She throws me against the pole, and she goes, don't move. All of a sudden, legs come off over my shoulders. And like this lady's like on the ground doing a handstand with her legs wrapped around my face, and just starts going boom, 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 and like grabs my legs, and it's just like somehow like doing like a fish like all over my body. And I'm like, what's happening? All my friends are like, yeah!
Okay, I'm sorry. Pause real quick. How is that sexy? You got hit in the face with a vagina. Like, that's not...
I was 19. It was awesome.
I just don't understand. That would just be painful. It's like,
and then she's like, all right, let's go over to my booth for a thing. I was like, oh, no, I don't have... She's like, don't worry, we'll get it taken care of. She sits me down in her booth and then proceeds to walk over to the table of my friends and basically hustles them all for a bunch of money.
Oh my God.
I like her.
And then she's comes
smart,
back,
yeah.
and she did her thing. I got like a song. So it was hilarious too. So that was like at the tail end. That was great. But the first one, I did get the like she was 19, 20. She's like, I'm trying to pay my way through nursing school. I'm like, this is real?
It's actually.
And I was like, they're like, you got to put your hands in the couch. I was like, oh. So you got to like stick your hands in the couch?
Oh, so you can't touch that. Like you can't just do it without thinking.
I wouldn't do that in my own couch.
So,
why would you do that in a strip club couch?
So you got to put your hands in the couch, and she's like, oh, I'm me. And then like some like dude walks up, he's like, do you want to buy the lady a drink? And I was like, I'm just going to say yes.
Is that code for something?
And he's like, do you want to get her a small or a large drink? A small drink.
I want her to be refreshed, but not that refreshed.
And he's like, okay. Oh. And then like, I bought her a drink. But yeah, and then like the whole time she's like, hey, so what do you do? Yeah, you go to college? Me too. That's why I'm here. Trying to pay my way through school. And I was like, okay. So that was my first strip club experience. The other one of the moments, I can't talk about one because it might be too revealing. I might get someone in trouble. You know about it.
I know which one.
So
I don't. So
No.
I'm right there with the audience.
Unfortunately, maybe another time. But the one I can say is so when I found out my cousin was a seasoned vet of strip clubs, and like. So we were at the strip club, and this is when we were going to Canada, because you didn't live in this area, but like you had Vegas, we had Canada. Like,
Okay.
You could drink when you're 19 in Canada.
Yeah,
so
casinos, everything. Like,
Yep.
So we go to strip club, and they have like the full blown strip clubs. The rules are a lot different.
The other thing about the strip clubs in Canada is, like most places in the States, closing time's 2 a.m. at regular bars. In Canada,
4.
it's 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So you get all the drunk people who roll in at 2:01 because they got kicked out of the bar that is right there.
So
did they show more beaver in Canada?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, don't you know?
Don't you know?
You get your little cup of maple syrup and you pour it all over it. No, so I don't. If you don't know, in Canada, I know some of you out there might like Hambo. You get they have coins for their currency for $1 and $2. Mm-hmm. They don't
Loonies.
they don't have bills. Loonies and is it toonies?
Loonies and toonies.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I'm like, all right, let's do this. You don't have the dollars, whatever. So traditional is you go up to the thing and you try to get them to take $1. So most people like they sit there and like, hey girl, I got a thing. My cousin is like, no, bro. Here's how you do it. He takes the coin. He like sprints at the stage, steps up onto like the bar part where it's like you would have your drink, and like just like an acrobat. And let me tell you, it's not an acrobat man, but like for some reason, like in a strip club, he had it. He like does a spin, flips onto his back, slides across the stage, and has the coin in his mouth.
That is amazing.
Oh my god!
And I know exactly who you're talking
And I
about
was
without
like-
knowing.
And I was like, what the hell was that?
Now is this?
And then she comes over and proceeds to take the coin out of his mouth with her vagina lips.
Yep.
Oh god! Oh.
Yeah.
So now this is
Like a slot.
this
machine.
is a weird
Yeah.
question, but is this in a pre 9/11 world or a post 9/11 world?
For him, it would have been pre
Pre?
No, it was post.
19.
Really?
Oh, yeah, 2000. Well, no, like when you first were 19, that would have been 2001. So no.
It would have been 2000. Yeah.
One. Yeah, and that didn't happen until September that year.
Yeah.
So depending for you.
It was both.
Okay.
It didn't
It
matter.
was both.
Well, no,
Well,
because
yeah,
like I
he
was
turned the year he was 19 when
Okay.
9/11
I
actually
turned
happened.
19 during
Okay.
9/11, so it was,
Okay.
but we could cross into Canada, no problem.
Okay, but no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't the Canada crossing thing. It was the like.
The rules? Oh no.
Well,
the
no,
rule-
like the sprinting at the stage
Canada
thing.
cared.
Like, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Canada wasn't affected by 9/11.
That's true.
Okay.
Not in the same way.
Maybe that's an incredibly American-centric way of thinking, but I was always under the impression that like just everything
No,
was for a while. No, it was just us.
Yeah.
But see, you couldn't do that in the States at a strip club.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I've never been to a strip club in the States where that would fly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I've been to strip clubs.
Yeah.
Yes. The first time I went was at 2 a.m. with a bunch of dudes I went to Canada with when I went illegally and drank underage in Canada. Yes, I broke the law in Canada.
There's nothing hotter though than a woman at a strip club who's willing just to go have fun at what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. Like I don't care if you like if you're at strip clubs, it is what it is. Like
Yeah.
Yep.
there's women up there dancing. There's men at men's strip clubs. It's not like it's exclusive to women.
Yeah.
And these people are dancing and like look, they're there. You give them dollars because if you don't, then they're literally just putting themselves out there for nothing.
Yeah.
So it's always exciting when I think women come and they have fun with it and they give dollars to the women and
Yeah. I always had fun.
Yeah.
I never paid either. Like I usually went with a bunch.
oh,
like,
women
with
always
a
come in
group.
free.
Well, I never had to pay cover, yeah. But
Yeah.
like I would always give the strippers money. But like when I went with like a group of guys, I'd be like, give me money. I would literally put my hand out. They had to buy my beers, and I would go. That was the deal. I would go. I wouldn't throw a fit that we were gonna stay out 2 more hours. But you had to buy my drinks, and I was gonna give the strippers money.
So actually, I was friends when I lived in Washington State for a while. I was friends with a former stripper, this girl named Tasha. She was great, and she would tell me that like every time like a girl came in like with a party, she would everybody would kind of gravitate towards that because the girls are fun, in there, you know, and so I think that might have been like a tactic, like, you know, let's bring Ashley along and like
probably
yeah.
Oh, they got lots more attention, I think, when I would go. Obviously, I don't know what it's like to just be a dude in a strip club without a chick with them, but yeah, I mean, I had fun. Like, so it's whatever.
It's like, okay, so being a dude in a strip club, and I know we've been on strip club talk for a while here.
Yeah.
Is literally, I think, kind of the equivalent of being a woman at a club.
Okay.
And what it is, especially if you look like you have any kind, like if you look together and you look like you have any kind of whiff of money, you basically are a piece of meat, and they come up to you and tell you the world, and like it's just like, and they touch you, and like they try to sit on your lap, like it's like role reversal.
Okay.
Not that guys are upset by it, but I'm saying like that's the kind of attention it is for a guy if there isn't a girl there.
Okay, I can see that.
But I mean, the whole time it's like they see dollars all over you, and they're like, what do I have to touch to get $1 from you?
Yeah, that's kind of the
like, oh, if I touch here, I get $1. Oh, if I touch here, I can get $10.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's tactics.
It is.
Yeah, so.
And I don't know. I think like a certain part of my brain just can't shut off that knowledge because like you go there and like you know that, but you're just supposed to not care. You know, like you know that you're going there
just have fun. It's
yeah.
fun.
Well, I know it's fun, but I mean, you got to think about it from like a business standpoint.
Oh, yeah.
These women are trying to get money out of you, and they're doing it at the cost of potentially degrading themselves. Now, granted, they could be completely fine with that if that's your choice. Is great, but I can't remove myself from that, and I think that's why I've never been to a strip club. Is I can't just go and be in the moment and be like, oh man, what's this magical place that I've just stumbled upon where all the women are naked and they all want me?
But I mean,
like I can't do that.
It's the same thing too, though. Is like to me is going to a bar, because like so if you go to a strip club, there's two reasons to go. One, to have fun with a bunch of people. Or two, you are
wearing sweatpants and being real creepy.
Yeah.
See, that's no.
But a bar is the same way. You go to have fun with a group of people, or you go because you're just wallowing in your own self-pity or whatever is happening, and you're an alcoholic and you're just there and it's bad news. Like it's the same. So I've always when I go for the fun part, like that. If I'm ever going to a strip club by myself, then I might reevaluate my life. But that's to me the experience. It's like
it's fun.
Let's go as a group and we'll have a good time and we're gonna socialize. It's a story we'll have.
Yeah.
Like it's about making stories. So it's really funny to me though that he's Vegas born, if you don't know, or not Vegas. Are you Vegas born?
No, not Vegas born, but
Vegas raised.
Grew up in Vegas,
yeah, like
right?
the formative years of my life were spent in Las Vegas.
So you don't go to strip clubs,
which is weird,
and you don't gamble.
Yeah.
See, I could see the gambling thing though being
because
because most likely you knew someone growing up who was an addict.
Well, yeah, actually, I did.
Several, probably.
And so every time family members would come and visit, you know, especially the ones that were gambling addicts, like I would have to sit and watch them go through all their damn money and you know, like
panic at the end.
Yeah, and like a lot of things, something that like people that have never been to Vegas don't really realize is there's slot machines literally everywhere.
Yes,
slot
there
machines
is.
in 7-Elevens. You go to
the airport. You get
airport.
off. You go to the airport. You go to a back. Or
you
not
take a dump. There's one right there next to you.
Not quite that level, but I mean they're literally everywhere. It's just in your face all the time, and after a while you just get desensitized to it. Like
I can see that.
Yeah, and those machines are designed to be attention grabbing, and so like
and those are always the ones with the worst odds too.
So the weird thing about Vegas though is that everything that there is to do is in a casino. You want to go see a movie? That shit's in a casino. You want to go to an arcade? Casino. Go-karting? Casino. Yeah. Everything has that attached to it. But the problem is you can't gamble or really do much of the super fun stuff until you're 21. So what a lot of kids turn to is drugs. Yeah. Lots and lots of drugs, because that's the only thing that there is to do. My friends and I,
or go to the movie theater.
Or yeah, you can go to the movie theater, but I mean, come on, how many times are you gonna watch Iron Man before you're like, fuck this, let's go do whippets? So
yes, I can, yeah.
So the interesting like cross section of that though, because like literally the only thing until you're 21 to do is drugs, and then after that it's drinking and potentially drugs. But for a little while, I was in this situation where I was very, very broke, and all of my friends were broke, but like we were still like, hey, like let's hang together and party. And so we figured out how to get the Freon out of my friend's mom's air conditioner. This is the middle of a Las Vegas summer, which if you don't know, it gets up to like 109, 112 every fucking day. And so the Freon is the thing in the air conditioner that makes it cold. And so we keep siphoning this off into a balloon and just get like probably too high off of this stuff. And the one day I'm over there and her friend's mom's like, I don't fucking understand it. I've had the repair guy out 4 times. What's wrong with this air conditioner? Why is my house so hot?
Freon is really expensive too.
Yeah. And then after that we started going
It's an odd name. Freon.
So,
okay. You're in a casino though, right? Why? How? Okay, tell me this then. Is it possible to make a living off being like a dealer?
Oh yeah, absolutely. People
tip
make
dealers.
good money. Yeah,
Because like I imagine, like I always like wondered this. So, like let's say you're at a roulette table or you're at blackjack, not so much. Like craps table, like you can hit big.
Yeah.
Like you can make like a couple grand in one thing.
Oh no, so you're talking about being a player, not being
No.
Okay.
Being the person who runs the table.
Okay.
Because I know you get tips. Like I was wondering how often someone's like, I just won $4,000. Here's 100 person.
Oh, probably a lot.
Yeah,
because people
a
are
lot.
drinking and gambling
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And to them, it's like it's play money at that point that they just won. It's not like tangible.
It's a
in their
coin.
head.
It's
like
literally a chip.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There's actually excuse me. There's actually several schools in Las Vegas that
train you.
That cater to this is how you deal this game. This is how you deal that game. And that's actually like a fairly big
It's
trade
a
there.
lucrative career.
And I'm assuming
it's hard to get into.
Depending on what casino you get into is like the prestige level that you are.
Yeah.
You're making more money at the Bellagio than you are at some place that's
The
off
Golden
the
Nugget.
strip.
Yeah.
I learned a lot today about the different. Because
Are you guys looking up for the one
We're
trip?
making a trip to Vegas for our job, not for fun, for business, but it's actually really cheap to stay in those hotels. And we were kind of going through and he's trying to make me stay at this hotel called Circus.
Hell no, Circus is so dirty and gross. No,
it's not.
I have been to Vegas. No.
And
Circus is great. They got the Adventure Dome there, man.
You
I have
could
so
go
many good memories of
visit.
Circus.
He's got the high voice right now. And so like, I look it up. And
I know, I just heard his
giant
feelings.
Circus tent. And I
It's
was
a little.
like,
That's the
fuck
thing
no.
about Vegas. If it has like a theme name, it is absolutely the theme that it is.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
I think the Excalibur closed, or was it the Luxor that closed? One of the two, I think, shut down.
No,
No,
Luxor's still
the
open.
Luxor and I think the Excalibur still
Is it?
open.
I thought the Excalibur closed and they built something
It
new
was
there.
terrifying. And like when I saw like the price for a room, it was like $23. I was like,
Oh hell no!
no.
Someone else is paying for this.
Granted, it has been a while since
The
I've been-
Aria's nice, actually.
No, you can't. No, you can't. That's way too expensive.
Oh, is
So
it?
what's
I don't know
funny?
how much it costs.
What's funny about the Aria is so that whole casino
Our
was
daughter's name is Aria. That's why I was only interested in staying at the Aria.
yeah.
I
But I mean,
think if- I don't-
Oh, so listen to this story.
Oh yeah. So the Aria like went through development hell essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was supposed to be this big like community center and have all this cool shit in it. And the like halfway through building it, they're like, oh shit, the structural integrity of this thing's not going to hold if we build it to its original specification. So we have to like lop off 30 floors on this casino, like a bunch of other shit. What
Yeah.
they didn't realize is that the positioning of they have this big conical building like this. The positioning of that building makes a goddamn death ray that shoots down into their pool, because it's
Oh my
like a
God.
giant magnifying lens just frying people. Like they have like it's like a warning that you like, hey, if you go here, don't pan because you're gonna combust.
Yeah, because
to
of how the
know.
mirrors are and the curvature of the
That
building.
makes
It like
sense.
bounces perfectly and it just cuts right into the pool. He's saying,
Yeah.
that sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
That's a really bad design flaw.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Las Vegas, you get used to the heat. Like, have you ever been to like the desert proper?
No.
We've driven through the desert. I've been to Vegas in
Okay.
the summer, so yes.
So when you know this. When you go out at night, all the entire ground has been soaking up all this heat energy from the sun, and now that the sun's gone, it just radiates up, and so you feel like, you know how you feel the sun beating down on you?
Yeah.
You feel that in reverse. It's like coming up and hitting you. When you walk out of a Walmart, it's like there's a wall of hair dryers just blowing at you every time the doors open. It's crazy. You just get used to it. And I think that's why I don't drink water now, and I'm like horrifically dehydrated all the time, because I was just like, I don't need water, you know, And my kidneys were like, dude, I just give up, man. Like, whatever. We're going to just shut down on you in like 2 years. Just
It's cool.
screw it. It's cool.
Yeah, he was like showing me the strip, and I didn't realize how long it was.
Oh, it's huge. I know
Yeah.
you've never been, right? Ever.
No.
Okay, I haven't been in years. I mean, God. I haven't
But-
been in like 15 years, I think. My dad used to have to go for work.
Okay.
And the whole family would go for like a trip because his business paid for it. So, family trip to Vegas when your kids are teenagers and can't do jack shit.
Sounds like a movie I saw.
My parents let me buy a dress there. It was from a stripper store. I wore it to a homecoming.
Oh, my God.
Wait,
You've
did they-
never seen this. I've never told you the story.
No.
It's not that bad for a stripper dress. But it was kind of low cut, and it came up pretty high in the front.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
so did they know it was a?
I mean, my dad wasn't with us, obviously, because my dad would have had a heart attack in the store because they were selling like the loose site, like 7-inch heels and shit with like the platforms that big.
Man.
But my mom knows. Maybe she doesn't know, but it was absolutely
It was
a store where
ignorant?
strippers buy their clothing, yes.
What?
Because there was some very cute, okay, I was like 13, no, I was like 15, because this was sophomore year. That was like 14, 15. They like sold lingerie. I did not have boobs back then. Like, I was still flat as a fucking board. And I was like, obviously I didn't say it's my mom, but like the lingerie was really cute, but it was definitely stuff that a stripper would wear because you could see where it's easy for them to open it here and everything's out. But yeah, so that's where I got my homecoming dress that I wore more than once to different dances over the years.
Damn, that Las Vegas clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Vegas to me is like, it's like I've never been there. I've always wanted to go, but it's just one of those places that it's just like tourist hell.
It is. I've been probably 5 or 6 times. I think we went like 6 years in a row.
The only tourist hell I ever really want to subject myself to is Disney World.
Which we will do.
Disney World's a bit too much because, like, it's.
Have you ever been?
Yeah.
To World or Land?
Which one's in California?
Land.
Land. Okay. Then.
World
a
is
different
way
beast.
bigger.
Yeah,
Way
when
different
we were in
experience.
Florida, we did
Like,
Universal.
Studios, yeah.
Like you get trapped in this like ecosystem of like the world outside doesn't exist.
It doesn't.
The amount
They have
of land,
everything.
The amount of land they owned is insane in
Really?
Florida. Yeah.
I love Disney. I'm one of those people, like, I enjoy Disney. I haven't been now in like
Land is just a
8
cheap
years.
knockoff.
Yeah.
It's not even that's a cheap knockoff. They just don't have the space. I mean,
Yeah.
it's Anaheim, California. Like, there isn't the space like there is. I mean, when they bought Disney World, they bought a significant portion of Orlando.
I guess like
A
the way
significant, like,
Like a.
here's how to give like simple perspective of it.
Okay.
Disneyland is where we work. Disney World is the base we are on.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a good way
that,
to put
that
it.
much bigger.
Like they have
Yeah.
so much unused land still on their property.
I mean, that's why they're planning on building like
Like,
all these
have you heard about
specialized.
I've told you
Star
about the Star Wars park.
Yeah, yeah. Where like you go in and everybody's in cosplay and
Oh
like,
my god, I want to
yes.
go so bad.
So bad. That'd
But-
be awesome.
But they have that
I
kind
can't
of
afford it
like
if I
they
wanna
have
go.
that level of land that like at any moment when they're like we want to open up this new area, they have it.
Well, I mean, they built a fucking safari. Like, that's what Animal Kingdom is. I've stayed on like the last time I went with my family, I was in 8th grade. It was a couple years after Animal Kingdom opened. We stayed in the bungalows that back up to like the fucking animals. They have literal. It's like a literal safari, though.
Here's how you know that
It's
they
insane.
have ridiculous. So when you go to Disney World, as you travel in, you get off an exit onto a new highway, which is Disney World's personal highway.
It's like Disney Drive or something.
And then you drive like it goes for a long time to reach because they built from the back.
They're
And they're
big-
building forward.
Yep.
So like the Magic Kingdom's in the back, and it's like a couple miles in the back.
not even just a couple miles because
Yeah.
there's the park, then there's hotels on the property, and then there's downtown Disney, which I think is closed now
Yeah,
anyways.
And there's Epcot.
Oh my God, I love
like,
downtown Disney.
But
It's
what I'm
so
saying is like
it's
it's
like
like
a full city.
yes.
It is. It honestly, it might have its own zip code. Like, I could see it being big enough to have like that the
Wow.
Disney proper, what Disney owns, has its own zip code.
That's too much Disney for me. I love the magic and
Oh,
yay
God.
kids and
No,
all that,
I
but
love
like, come on. Like at a certain point, like it's too much. Like things need to be contained somewhat. That's just.
But they
that's
have
just a
their
city.
own transportation system to get you through the city. So if you stay in a hotel that's on the property, there's busing systems that will take you everywhere you want to go
And they have
that's on their
trams now,
land.
too, and
Well, yeah, they have the trams, and then like my grandparents used to live in Florida in the winters. So we would go visit every year. So I've been to Disney, quite a bit. Like, my grandma would always take us.
Yeah.
And my grandma's not a theme park person. Like, she's Japanese. She's super old school. Like, doesn't give a shit about it.
Hi, Grandma.
Yeah. If my grandma's watching this, I can't even. Jesus Christ. She's 85 and doesn't even have the internet.
What's a podcast?
Yeah. Yeah, that's essentially it.
I've heard about this Tide Challenge. No.
But
She's like doing it.
God.
You know
But she
that's
didn't
the
have teeth, so she
problem,
just,
though,
like-
is that, like, older people have accidentally ate the Tide Pods and not know when they've died. And this is for years. Like, I worked in retirement years ago, and weird shit like this always happens.
Eat a Tide Pod.
Because they thought it was candy or something ridiculous, and they're, like, half blind. I mean, I worked in a retirement home. I've seen some real weird shit. Old people do a lot of drugs and have a lot of sex. It's real crazy.
Really?
There was... What else is
Are
there
you
to do?
surprised by this? You're about to die.
Like, do what you want. Like,
I'm about to die? Oh, no.
No.
pretend.
You're in a retirement home. You're about to die.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what else is there at that point? Like, someone's gonna roll in with like being a fucking like pusher for everyone.
yes.
And
So...
oh, by the way,
we had a STD outbreak at the one I worked at.
there's huge
It's
STD
S-
outbreaks at a lot of homes.
It's a thing now that at least in some places in some states they push like giving away condoms free in those places because it's that bad.
Oh, my God.
Like they're worried about, especially
Dude, the
is
bros
like
can get like pills and they can
But it's
go
like-
for hours.
people who are like hanging out in the 70s doing their thing, like now they have to worry about AIDS too. So like when I worked at a retirement home 10, 15 years ago when I was in high school, AIDS wasn't a huge of an issue between those people because they came of age before the AIDS epidemic. Well, now you're getting closer and closer to people who are more likely to be infected with AIDS.
Oh, man.
And so that's going to be an issue in the future if they don't get it under control.
Yeah, Jesus. You could just, like, this
Because-
den of writhing, wrinkly AIDS flesh. Like,
Well,
that's
yeah.
so fucked.
And the thing is that a lot of these people haven't had to use protection for 40 years because women are infertile. Or the wives and shit. They don't need to use
All the women
protection.
have had menopause.
Yeah, so they're not going to get pregnant.
Yeah, so
We had a pimp, like a dude who lived there.
pimp.
Oh, pill.
He had a girlfriend who was in her 40s. He was in his 80s. He was banging like 6 or 7 different women that lived there. It was pure insanity working at a fucking retirement home. They all were fucking taking drugs. All of them.
I mean, half of them are getting prescribed narcotics.
Yeah, but there
know.
actually is like drug issues. Like there was someone who got caught selling heroin to the people, and this is before the heroin outbreak. This is mid 2000s. So like back in the mid 2000s, meth was the big issue back then.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't heroin like it is right now, and it wasn't crack like it was before that.
Mm-hmm.
It was meth. But I'm assuming there were people who were on morphine, couldn't get it anymore.
They're like, oh, it's
I actually know how the drugs were getting in because a friend would buy other drugs from the person who was selling them to the old people. It was someone who worked in the retirement home was selling heroin to the residents.
Well, I mean,
And I worked
their
in-
money is like whatever at this point, so they'll pay whatever.
And their families don't come see them, so they're like, fuck those people. I'm gonna blow all my money on drugs and fucking booze and do what I want.
It makes me so sad. Oh, my God, my heart. Like...
And
Wait,
that's
okay,
it
so-
was very it was a very weird place to work. It's
you-
super depressing,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like these people are living their best fucking life.
Yeah,
they're
you
doing
know,
drugs.
like-
They're having all the sex. Like Jesus Christ.
You're gonna send your loved one to a home. That's pretty much throwing them away.
yeah, in a lot of ways.
I mean, my dad told me if it ever comes to sending them to a home, he says on the way there, kick them out on the highway.
Yeah.
Damn.
He goes, I'd rather die.
But okay, the place like where I worked, it was an independent living facility. So all these people were in general. There was no 24/7 nurses on staff where I worked.
So you guys didn't have to change diapers, is what you're
Oh
saying.
hell no! I worked in the
it's
kitchen
not
anyways.
that, but it's like they all have their own individualized apartments.
Yes, they had their own apartment. So they pretty much lived in like an apartment complex with a main eating area, and we would. And I worked in the kitchen. I would serve meals every day. Like I was just a server.
I'd order pizza.
Well, and some of them do, or then we would have people who were crazy. But like we had a guy who lived to be over 100, and I mean he wasn't great. Like he had a walker, but he was good. Like his wife was 10 years younger. She passed away. He made it like a couple more years after she died. These people are like living a very interesting life. What up?
Oh, so I told people today what I decided for your 66th birthday.
Oh, I fucking hate you, you fucking bitch. I already hate it. Tell me.
Oh man, that's great.
So you told me
I want to die at 65.
right. So when you turn 66, I'm gonna have a surprise birthday party for you.
I'm gonna
Don't
die.
worry, you'll forget. Because I know you. So you're gonna walk in, and I said she's gonna have on her 66th birthday. We're gonna have a surprise birthday party. You're all invited. And when you walk in, I'm gonna have a giant banner that instead of "Happy Birthday," it says, "Why are you still here?"
I should be playing an MMO right now. Why?
You are taking away the best years of my life.
I planned
You
on having
fucking
20 years
asshole.
of video game time. What are you doing?
Well,
You. See, here's the thing though.
I'll be
Since we've
70
had a child, I want to live as long as possible for my child. So that has
Fine, 70.
changed. God, I hope. I don't want it. Well, apparently, she does not want me to live as long as possible.
Fine. Me and Dad got this.
Go, bitch, go. I don't care. But since I've had a kid, it's changed. You know,
you'll
like.
get a good 40 years still from this point.
I hope, but like the thought of not having my parents, I can't even talk about it because like I love my mom so much, I love my dad so much. Like I don't want to do that to her. So as much as I don't want to get old, and I definitely don't want to go through some of the things I've
Just want to
seen.
let you know, death is not your choice.
Thank God.
It's not.
Look,
I mean, hey, by the
all
time
I'm
she,
saying-
but yeah, in 40 years it could be. We
Yeah.
could be fucking cyborgs. Who knows?
Oh God, that'd be terrible.
Yeah, and then, oh my God, that's something that we've never thought about. Okay, so we all kind of assume, right, that like there's gonna come a point when like we can just be like, I'm just gonna live forever, fuck it, right? But there's gonna be a crossover with all this like fucking orgy pits of like old people homes, and so it's just gonna be like a forever orgy. Like it's never gonna stop. Everybody's gonna have AIDS. It's never gonna stop.
It's how the human
No,
race
no,
dies
well,
out.
Yeah, we're all just gonna be
Well,
old
they'll-
people
they'll
having
be-
an orgy.
Well, they'll be able to cure that. No, I've had this conversation. So there's always the rumor or conspiracy that there's going to be a forever drug, and even if you don't get to live forever, it's about like preserving your body so you could look 24 for the rest of your life. I go, what a shitty drug to come out at whenever it comes out, because like the people that are like between 20 and like 40 who are satisfied with their life and what they look like and how they are, they're like, hell yeah, I get to look like this for the rest of my life.
Oh, I'd be fucking furious
But
if
all
that
the
shit
other
came
people
out
who are
now.
like 50, 60, 70, like, what do you mean I can look like this for the rest of my life?
I don't want to look like this.
Yeah,
I want
no.
to look like what I looked like when I was 20.
Yeah, no, I will be very angry if that happens.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. See, what do you mean I'll look like this for the rest of my life?
Like,
There
I'm
was
sorry.
no random cut.
I am going to be fucking furious if that happens because this is not my best look. Like, pre or
fine.
post baby, not so great. I have finally
Okay,
losing the baby weight. But, like, me at 23, hell fucking yes. Like, how do I get that?
No, not true. Because some women, and I think this applies to you, you have your party years, we'll say.
Yes.
You have your pregnancy years.
Yes.
And then
Fertile years.
your fertile years. And then
Till
you
the
have,
soil.
you have your post-fertile years where some women, I think, look really good.
I can see
Like
this.
in their early 30s, like they've had their children, they've worked on their body, they eat healthy, which everyone should eat healthy, because it does make a difference. It's not
Yeah,
going to
it
save
does.
your life because anything can kill you. Like if you think eating healthy, I'm like, oh, I'll live forever. You're wrong. But it'll make you feel better. But I'm saying there are women in their early 30s that I think they look better than looking like children when they were in their 20s.
Now remember, you were 6 years older than me when I was 23. So
Yeah,
are
I
you
was in
saying
the kids? No.
That took a weird turn.
Christ, I knew that's what he was gonna say.
No, but you know what I mean. Like it's like a lot of couples. It's like, yeah, I fell in love with you when we were young, but it's like when
I was young.
we became a man and a woman. Because like people say, what? It's 18. You're an adult now.
That's such bullshit.
Have you seen 18-year-olds
You're still
like
figuring your shit out. There's no way in hell you're
No.
an adult.
like I looked. So when I was 18, I was 135 pounds.
Oh my god.
He was, yeah, I've seen pictures. Yeah, no.
Like just like bones. Like all it was bones.
Oh man.
And it was like, my name's Eric.
Please don't breathe on me. I might break.
Teach me about the world.
Like I didn't want to forever look like that. Like, and I think for men too, like a lot of men look better when they're probably in their mid
40s.
Well, I'd say
Yes.
mid to late 30s, and then some do even better in their early 40s to mid 40s. It's
all-
about a 10-year gap, and I think women, it's somewhere between late 20s and late 30s.
Okay.
I think it all depends on your hair genes, because like
That is true
yeah.
for men
Yeah,
especially.
like
Yeah.
even dudes that were ugly as sin in their 20s, once they start looking more distinguished, so long as they have something that they can,
Decent
yeah.
hairline.
Yes and no, because some men, though, can pull off not having hair and look phenomenal.
That's true.
Yes.
It's what you said. It's to distinguish. There are factors. It's not like it's a fix-all. But
No.
I'm saying your best years of your life, while you feel the best when you're 18 to 24, you probably don't look your best. Yeah. And there's a lot of things. It's just like, eh.
Can I tell you, I am terrified of going bald, and not for the reasons why you think. I've shaved my
mean, you're...
Well, you had to. I mean, you went to boot camp.
your man crush is bald.
Well, yeah, that too. I want to be like Pepe.
No, yeah.
Pepe's his man crush.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
slowly convinced. Like, he keeps saying things about Pepe, and I'm like, dude, like...
You're
These
into
are not
Pepe.
joking things anymore. Just like
You are
pet him.
literally
Just have him
into
hold
Pepe.
me and pet me.
We're gonna have a crossover point where, like, Sam's like, yo, like, I'm starting to get uncomfortable.
Yeah, Sam's gonna like
Yes.
sit me down and be like, look, so
We need to talk.
stop.
I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
All right, so bald.
Okay, so I've actually, just because I was a dumb kid, and I've like shaved like horseshoe bald patches in my head before, because like I wanted to be an old man zombie and like whatever. So like I've shaved. I have pictures on Facebook. I'll show you
I
sometime.
absolutely need to see these.
But so I've shaved my head multiple times, and I have a goddamn cone head. I really do. My mother was not a promiscuous woman. I was her firstborn child. She squeezed my fucking head like a grapefruit when I came out. And like the bones just knit that way, and now I have
Well,
this
you know
like...
they have a vacuum, too, that does that.
No, that's called abortion. That's not how...
No.
There is a vacuum that pulls the baby
There's a
out.
vacuum that, like,
Ow!
it grabs the baby and pulls him out.
Oh, okay. I
And
thought...
it gives him a cone head that's actually supposed to receive.
No,
okay.
he's saying you're a failed abortion attempt.
You don't have a cone head.
I do. It's all back here, dude. I'm telling you, I have a cone head, and like it's not good. And when I'm like shiny bald man, like
It's
I'm
not
gonna
your
be
thing.
walking around looking like fucking ET.
I think
feel
your
like that, like,
hairline
cues, like,
seems
that-
fine so far.
Please don't.
Your hairline seems okay though. Still,
It's starting to.
is it?
it's
I
starting to
honestly,
thin out.
I feel like the
how's
covers
your-
screw you guys over
They
having to
do.
wear them.
They do.
Well, stop wearing a hat all the time.
Well,
That would help.
Yeah, I don't know. I started.
I don't know.
the whole-
I don't want to be bald, but I'll wear a hat.
I started the whole hardcore hatcore thing because, like, and I made a joke about it on stream. I was like, eventually I'm gonna go bald, and so I'm just gonna get you used to the idea of me wearing a hat now.
Oh, I remember that. I actually saw that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look, there are programs that you can go through that'll save your hair.
I know, but I don't have that much hair on my ass for a transplant.
That's not where they take it from.
We'll talk later.
Okay.
My dad actually did this for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We can
and
hook you up.
And he actually has products that you can buy that can like save this where it's
Okay.
at.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that now, I might actually talk to you.
And I'm
about that.
convinced to use it because his hair is thick as hell.
Oh my god, your dad's hair is so nice, especially not to dish your dad, but for his age. Like my dad, I love my dad. My dad's a couple years older than yours. My dad has like horrible hair.
Yeah.
And my dad is just like a.
But see, here's the thing. Eric didn't know my dad when I was in high school, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
My dad used to have a ton of hair, like really thick hair, very similar to Eric's. I went to high school and then all that hair went missing.
Man.
I'm not kidding
Dad, this is
either.
when you're supposed to be scaring boys. Come on now.
Yeah, right about the time I turned
And
15,
his
my
daughter
dad
walks
started
down for a
balding.
dance in a stripper dress. And
Yep.
he's like, it's just falling out.
It
He's
just
like,
literally is falling
wait,
out of the closet.
we
Damn
approve
it, Ashley. What do they say about the stripper dresses?
and it's like, she's like, we approve this, and the mom's like, let her be herself. And he's
Yep.
like, okay, okay. And that's where we'll end the podcast. thank you for tuning in. Join us next week when more was to beyond. Who knows?
Who knows?
It's a grab bag.
Hopefully we
I don't
won't.
know.
They won't talk about strippers like we did.
I mean,
Hopefully.
we can talk about sex.
Okay.
We didn't.
Technically, you're correct. That was
I mean,
before we started the podcast.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Bye.
Bye.